What are some of the naturally occurring anti-inflammatory foods that are good for our skin and our gut?
First of all, liver support. Liver support is very important to keep your body clean and less likely to be inflamed. So the best cluster of foods for liver support are the cruciferous vegetables. And they're the ones that look like flowers. So the flowery head broccoli, broccolini, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, kale, they're all excellent. They contain indoles.
So when kale became a superfood a decade ago, there's some truth to that.
It is. It keeps the pipes of the liver clean, and the liver is an amazing manufacturing, cleansing, detoxifying organ. You want a healthy liver. Sorry, what was the rest of the question?
The other naturally occurring anti-inflammatories. What foods for anti-inflammatories?
Turmeric, curcumin, which is an old-fashioned Indian spice, I use a lot. When I know someone's liver functions good, I use turmeric a lot for joint pain and for inflammatory conditions.
So things like the kombuchas that have turmeric and ginger are bang on the money.
Bang on the money. Let me tell you another story. I've just come back from South Korea. And I went on a journey of discovery for 4 days, which I'd pre-organised to go and see some of the highest-end skin clinics because it's become a medical juggernaut for skincare. You go to any of the aesthetic conferences around the world, and it's always the Koreans that are the keynote addressers. They're the skin experts, they're the cosmetic experts, they're the cosmetic surgical experts. So I wanted to know what was so special about Korea. And I engaged an interpreter, and I talked to some practitioners, and I spoke to many people on the street via the interpreter, old and young. And what I learned was, first of all, that the high-end treatments that they're offering in the clinics are not much different than what's offered in Australia, really. We have all that here. Number two, the ingredients in their amazing skincare products, again, are available in our skincare products in Australia. But I think the point of difference is that culturally and historically and societally, the Koreans live their life differently. There is a big culture of sun protection. So the women walk around with umbrellas and these massive sun visors. You go to the markets and they're full of these mega sun visors to keep the sun off the face. So that's the first thing. A very gracious 70-year-old Korean lady told me that Korean women are naturally born with smaller pores, so maybe that helps them have that lovely porcelain skin. But from a very young age, the Korean children are fed stewed vegetables and meats from a very early age. And then you dine out at a Korean barbecue and you could have 3, 4, maybe 5 different types of fermented foods in their meals every day. So we're talking kimchi, miso, sauerkraut, kombucha you mentioned. So it's culturally normal for them to grow up having these foods. And I learnt that over the years, women, when they have babies in Korea, their grandmothers feed them algae soup for 3 weeks postpartum to nourish the body so that it re-establishes itself for breastfeeding and motherhood.
Wow.
How awesome is that?
It's incredible.
So you can see, we think they're doing something special in regards to all these high-end treatments.
But they're kind of stripping it back.
It is amazing the way they eat. It really is, at every meal.
Ever feel like you're doing all the right things, sleeping well, eating your greens, yet still get sick? The missing piece could be your gut. Around 70% of your immune system lives there, making it your body's first line of defense. Introducing Blackmore's new Gut Immune Biotic, a triple action formula with vitamin C, zinc, and a clinically studied postbiotic to support gut health and help reduce the duration of the common cold. For daily immune support from the inside out, head to Chemist Warehouse today. Try new Blackmore's Gut Immune Biotic. Always read the label and follow the directions for use.
I do want to end by asking about water.
Yes.
So water, obviously the big drink bottle craze of people getting these big Stanley cups and, making sure they're drinking 3 litres of water a day.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've spoken about on Well is that 3 litres of water is potentially too much water.
Yeah.
So I want to know what water is doing for, I guess, cosmetically for our face to make us glow.
Yes.
And at what point does it become too much water and it's detrimental?
If you drink litres and litres of water a day without electrolytes, you will hemodilute.
Could you explain that?
So what that means is the proportion of free water versus electrolyte in your blood will be high. And that could have some consequences. You could get salt depleted. You might start to get muscle aches and pains or a bit brain foggy. So 2 litres of water a day is a good level for most people, unless you've got a cardiovascular disease and you've been told to restrict your fluids, which is mostly older people. Water it's one of those daily habits which we shouldn't even have to think about, but it can make a big difference to how hydrated and nourished your skin is.